there will be blood. There will be juices.
And they also had no problem with us taking home the placenta.
Especially even after telling them we're going to eat it.
So you feel like someone's stabbing you in the heart, and you feel like you're having a heart attack. And I'm like, Ezi, stop! Ezi, stop! You're just gonna have a fart.
And people would say like, oh, everyone says their baby's cute. But nah, not really. Not every baby's cute. Let's be real. Hopefully you get a cute baby. Why did you hide the pregnancy? Did you panic when the due date passed? Were the staff respectful of your religious beliefs?
What's something fathers-to-be should prepare for? Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to Halal Snack Pack, the show where we talk about Muslim matters, topics and snacks, all wrapped up in a nice little pack.
Babies.
Yes. Today we'll answer your questions about my pregnancy and labor.
Yep. I was there too.
Hey! It didn't last long. Hey!
Whoa, calm down.
We'll just jump straight into it.
I'm back.
First question.
Were you nervous?
No. People might call it being naive, I don't know, but like, I was not nervous. I was excited because giving birth is like one of the biggest things as a woman you will experience, and it's a big challenge, and I was just very curious to see how I would do in that challenge. And it sounds like I'm like a competitive person, but I was very curious and of course excited to see the baby and be done with being heavily pregnant.
Yeah. Just to add to that, I think that's a really powerful mindset to have. And maybe, I don't know, it's like a very masculine thing, but sometimes when you watch those game shows, you're like, psh, easy. I could easily do that. I think having that mindset of like, you know what, I want to see what I'm made of. I want to see how I go through this adversity and come out. I think that's something that's not really talked about sometimes. And yeah, like you said, giving birth is the biggest challenge a woman can face. So yeah, she's a G for that.
What's something fathers-to-be should prepare for?
I think a very overall advice is to be present. Go for the checkups. Go for all the little meetings with the midwives and stuff. So you understand what's going on. So you know the different stages and where your wife is exactly. Another advice for fathers-to-be is don't be a little...
Whoa, hey.
Don't be a wuss. I think the modern man is weak. They see blood and they faint. They see a umbilical cord and they faint. Not me though, because I'm built different. But for real though, there will be blood. There will be juices. You might be splashed in the face with said juices.
You were not.
Huh?
You.
I was.
What?
Yeah, I was. I was so up in there. You didn't see how close I went.
Yeah,
but
no, I had my eyes closed.
But I may or may have not got splashed in the face with some bodily fluids and juices and blood, to say the least.
Stop saying juices, man.
Human juice.
Nani?
Yeah, but no, for real, like...
We have to make it worse. Human juice. Amniotic fluid.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Blood.
Like, the liquid
Maybe
that the
pee.
baby is in. You think about the process, okay, the baby swimming in the swimming pool in the belly.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water.
But you know what? When the baby comes out, the swimming pool also comes out with it.
Nani?
Sometimes you don't really make the connections until it hits you in the face.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, I did tell you.
I remember asking you like, am I pooping?
It wasn't poop, by the way. There was no poop involved. Although there might be some poop involved. I don't know. I don't know your situation.
Labor feels like you're gonna do the biggest dump. So I remember asking him, am I pooping?
Yeah. There was no poop, but I wish there was. Things are going to happen and you just have to be ready to either react to it or not react, depending on the situation. You're the husband there, so you're not giving birth, you're there to support. Don't freak out. Fake it till you make it if you need to.
Do you have to fake it at some point?
No, I was just tired.
You're just tired, yeah. We were both tired.
Were the staff respectful of your religious beliefs?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I would say like, alhamdulillah, we didn't experience anything negative at all.
Were you surprised they were that open to it?
Yeah, I'd say so. Overall, alhamdulillah, our experience was so good. Everyone was so super nice. It almost felt like... What? they fit the role, honestly.
So this kind of brings in another question that we got regarding hijab and male staff. So basically in the birth plan, I put that I didn't want any male staff unless it was medically necessary. And alhamdulillah, all the staff was women, all midwives and a doctor even at the checkup. And the only male staff was the pediatrician at the postpartum checkup.
The baby doctor.
The baby doctor. And also in the birth plan, we put that you're going to do the azan.
And like they remembered, like, okay,
yeah,
can you guys keep quiet because the daddy's going to do a religious prayer.
The religious thing. And they also had no problem with us taking home the placenta.
Especially even after telling them we're going to eat it. They're like, yeah, no, it's cool.
When he was going to ask about it, like to put it in the birth plan, he just said the word placenta and the midwife was like, oh, you want to bring it home?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, nice, easy.
Yeah.
So they're very open to that. And I felt like I felt like saying like, we're not going to eat it, okay? We're not going to eat it. I know people do that, but we're not going to eat it. But I didn't say that.
Yeah. We fed it to the cats.
No.
We didn't, by the
way. So after placenta came out, you stay a couple of days in the hospital. So they bagged up the placenta and they literally had to put it in the staff fridge. And they were like, oh, we have to make sure no one opens it or takes it. I'm like, yeah.
Like during the day, I was like, okay, I'll go home and deal with the placenta. So I took the placenta, put it just like in a backpack. I was like riding the bus. Nobody knows what I have in my backpack.
Imagine you stop at like the random check by police.
What's in your backpack?
What's in your backpack?
Next question.
What did you eat during pregnancy? Food mostly. But yeah, we focused on eating more fruits and vegetables, and I switched to decaf coffee, even though I didn't drink too much coffee anyway. But yeah, that's about it.
Did you eat sushi?
Yeah, and it was delicious. Okay, so I have to say that we did follow the health guidelines, the recommendations here in Sweden, and also I believe the same in Norway. And yes, you can eat sushi.
Not everyone's the same, so follow what your healthcare provider says.
Yeah.
Or not. Who cares?
I am a surgeon!
Okay.
Next question. What do you miss most about pregnancy, if anything?
The anticipation of seeing what your baby will look like, how they're going to sound like.
And then they hear it and you're like, oh. No, I'm kidding. It's yeah. It's nice. I'm obviously joking.
It's difficult to say miss because it's more fun now that she's here.
Fun.
I could say I miss feeling, her movements, like kicks. It's a special feeling, woman who's been through it, yeah, it's difficult to say I miss anything specifically.
How did you prepare for giving birth, mentally and physically?
So physically, because I had a lot of pelvic pain and like my hip was really bad from week 14 until the last day of pregnancy, tried to maintain whatever activity I already did, which was mainly walking. So mentally, I prepared by watching positive birth stories, consuming content about pain-free labor, like just positive stuff. Also knowing that whatever can happen, of course, but keeping it light, keeping it positive.
So when you're actually in it, all you remember is all those stories.
Yeah, I really think it helped me to not be scared for labor and actually, look forward to it.
Yeah.
Spiritually, I would just make a lot of dua, be very specific about how I wanted my labor to be. And yeah, it's important not to be afraid of actually asking very specific things, even though you might not think it's possible, but it's good to make dua about it.
And even if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, know that Allah made the best plan for you. Next, how to choose the baby's name.
For me personally, I wanted a name from the Quran. And I guess for both of us, that was easy to pronounce for both your family, my family.
You can find this name in like both cultures, in Malay culture and in Norwegian culture.
Yeah, or language.
Or language, yeah. So I think that's a pretty cool parallel. Did you panic when the due date passed?
No. Simply because due dates are not reliable. So I kind of expect it to go over because a lot of first-time moms go over their due dates. The baby knows when it's going to come out. But the only thing that kind of made me a bit worried was that the closer we got to 42 weeks, which we got pretty close, I wanted to avoid being medically induced. But alhamdulillah, we managed to avoid it. Next question.
Why did you hide the pregnancy?
We kept it private. Stuff happens. You don't want to have it out there,
Yeah. Imagine you share the news that you're pregnant or something and then you're overdue and then you're stressing about that. And then people are like, oh, are you due? Is the baby out?
Like, is the baby here? Is the baby here? Your stress levels are gonna go up.
Leave me alone!
Baby here? Is the baby here?
Babies.
What is the most important thing your partner can do for you while laboring? Honestly, just be present. Be her rock. She's going through it. She's going to be in her zone most likely, and just be there for her.
It's funny you say rock, because being the rock also meaning just like you can just be quiet and still, and she can literally lean on you like a person would lean on a rock. Pick your moments, because your wife is going to be going through it. There will be points where it will be uncomfortable for your wife. Don't try and solve everything, because you can't solve that discomfort and pain. Another advice I would say is to offer instead of ask.
Yeah.
Hey, take a sip of this drink. Or like, hey, let's go to the toilet. Don't ask like, do you want to go to the toilet? Do you want to drink? Are you hungry? Just say like, hey, take a bite of this. You should keep track, because she's going to have fatigue, but also decision fatigue.
Oh yeah.
Like making these micro decisions can make you even more tired. Just offer. If she really doesn't want, then she'll say no.
And I think it's good, like you said, keeping track, because if you're in a moment like that, you're in your own bubble sometimes that you're not going to keep track yourself. When was the last time you went to the toilet? The last time you had a sip of water?
Next question. Was it painful?
No.
I'm guessing they were going to ask, was it painful?
Yes and no. It's difficult to say yes to that, and I can't say completely no to it either, but I think your mental game has a lot to say and what you do beforehand.
It was painful for me. I didn't have like a footrest to put my...
Okay, so to me, the pain you experience during labor, and I will say pain because saying the word pain has a very negative association. Obviously, it sounds super scary, and in the media we see women like crying, screaming. Did I scream?
You didn't scream. There was no screaming
at all.
There was no...
I'm not like tooting my own horn here, but what you're experiencing, what you're feeling is on a different scale of emotions than just I stubbed my toe or I broke a finger. You know, I swear I've had worse gas pains. You know those gas pains where you feel like someone's stabbing you in the heart and you feel like you're having a heart attack? That's been worse, because that's such a excruciating pain in the moment, and it can last for a long time, and you're not going to have a cute baby at the end of it. You're just going to have a fart. You know? But labor pain, you will get breaks in between contractions. I actually fell asleep in between pushing contractions because I was also extremely tired. But the pain, like, it's just a lot of immense pressure. I don't want to call it direct pain in the same way. And you know you'll get a break soon. You can have some water. You can have something to eat. And you're going to have a cute baby at the end of it. So mentally, it's a whole different thing.
Hopefully you get a cute baby. I'm
Some
kidding.
babies look...
I'm kidding. Yeah. All babies are cute in their own way.
Especially to their own parents.
Yeah. Or not. Maybe some parents hate their babies. I don't know.
I have seen my baby photos. I was not a cute baby. She's a cute baby. I was not.
Yeah. And people would say like, oh, everyone says their baby's cute. But nah, not really. Not every baby's cute. Let's be real. Next question. What pain relief did you use, if any?
So the only thing I used, except from breathing exercises, like just breathing out, focusing on being relaxed and not tense up, because when you tense up, it gets worse.
Breathe air!
I just used a tense machine, and basically it's electrodes you put on your back or whatever, and it's like muscle spasms. It adds more pain. So you turn up the heat when you're having a contraction, and you put it on a lower setting when the contraction stops. So when the contraction starts, you feel it in your back, and it kind of takes the focus off the contraction pain.
Yeah, no, like I said, she's a G. Like, no pain. Like, I wanted to try the laughing gas. Like, can I try it?
Breathe air!
Honestly, like, I'm so, like, impressed.
And that was also my goal. I wanted to try without, and there's no shame if you have used pain relief, like, you do you, but I wanted to see how it would be without it. And in the moment when it was like the most intense, I never thought, oh my gosh, give me the epidural. I was like, no, one kid is enough. That was my thought. My mind never went to like the epidural or something. It was just, one is good.
Yeah. It was such a long labor. It's honestly a marathon, not a sprint.
So the labor itself like started at 41 plus 2 in the morning, and then she was born 41 plus 4 late at night, in the evening. So it was almost 3 full days.
Yeah.
So it was very tiring. Honestly, the worst part is just the exhaustion. That's the only negative I can think of. Like, it's tiring.
Yeah.
He's a G2.
Yeah, I am a G, I know.
What did your husband do during labor?
Just play games on my phone mostly. No,
He was not on his phone.
I was trying to fix as much things that I can and make it as comfortable as I could. I think most men, they have that feeling of like, oh, I need to fix everything. I need to do this. And you're always moving and walking around and doing this and that. The thing about that is like, you don't want to induce more stress. You don't want to induce more anxiety. Help out as much as you can.
Next question.
How would Ezi rate the experience compared to you rating it?
We actually had a form we filled out afterwards where we actually rated it from 1 to 10. I'm going to go off that because that was 1 day after labor. So I feel like it's the freshest. I rated it 7 out of 10. It's just because you're tired. It was a long process, longer than I guess expected. So you felt a bit like hopeless in the moment sometimes because you just want to get it over with.
You don't really understand how long 24 hours is until you're actually doing something for 24 hours non-stop. And there's like times 3. So it's crazy. But yeah, I would rate it 4 out of 10. Not enough snacks. I'm kidding. 10 out of 10 I would recommend. And it's like, oh, of course the man says 10 out of 10. But honestly, like, if you can experience one of the biggest life-changing moments and also further your bloodline, why not? You know?
Yeah, and the staff and everyone was very, very lovely, so...
Okay, next. What is the best part of becoming parents, in your opinion?
We're so new parents as well, so I feel like I can't say, like, too much, but just seeing the changes in your baby and seeing them learn how to be a little human and...
No, I think it's more so of like you're able to control a little human. I have complete control over you. You are helpless.
She has control over us.
Absolutely helpless. It's actually the other way around. You have no control.
The only reason we can record this is because she's sleeping. Yeah. It would not be possible if not.
And by the way, this isn't for like show purposes. No. She literally has to be on us to sleep. So that's something to watch out for as new parents.
Not even to sleep, just to be. She can't not be on us.
Yeah. So please like the video, okay? It ain't easy. But alhamdulillah, always. Next question. Did you find it harder or easier than expected?
I feel like I had very realistic expectations and, I'd done research and whatnot, so I feel like I was pretty prepared. You?
As a husband, you're looking at your wife and there's nothing you can really do to alleviate the pain. You can try and help for sure, but I think not having that control of being able to do something is definitely the more difficult part. On top of that, you have to balance your own stuff, You need sleep or else you won't be able to function. Yeah. You need to eat, you need to do this, and I wouldn't say it's... I wouldn't say it's easy, but definitely rewarding and worth it. Yeah. Expect a lot of shirt grabbing.
And hair grabbing.
And lastly, what would you do differently? Any regrets?
No, I don't think I have any regrets.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
No, I wouldn't say I have any regrets because it's out of your hands mostly. And whatever the changes that were kind of against what I was hoping for, I made decisions knowingly that it went against what I would have preferred, but in the moment it was the best option because I was just super tired. So I won't say I regret anything. Maybe drink more electrolytes, like get more energy, because it's a marathon. It really is.
Babies. I think it just comes down to tawakkul, having the trust in Allah. Understand that in life, not everything will go according to your plan. And His plan will always be better. So there's definitely something to think about. Who knew pushing out a little human would be so tiring, huh?
I know.
Huh? Oh, yeah. So going back to the decision fatigue, it's kind of funny because because at one point of the labor, I think about 10 minutes before this little baby was out, the midwife kept asking her, do you want this drink? Do you want this drink? It tastes really good and it's going to give you energy. Yeah. And she kept saying, no, no, no. And then so at one point, the midwife was like, yeah, I'm just going to make it. She came back with the drink. And so she gave the drink to her and she was like, yeah, drink this. Yeah. So she just instinctively just took a sip. You have to remember, it was 10 minutes, maybe.
I was pushing.
It was during pushing, pushing, right? She paused for a while. She turned to me and was like, you have to try this drink. It's amazing. It's so good. It was so random and out of place. I was like, wow, maybe it's not that bad.
Okay, so in my head, oh my gosh, it tastes like grape. Who loves grape? Izzy loves grape. He loves grape flavored things. And he was like, no. I was like, try it.
Very good. But it was just so out of place and random. I was caught off guard, and it was actually funny.
Oh, that's another funny story. As I was pushing, I was holding the rails on the side of the bed, like on both sides, right? And my back was sore afterwards. But the thing is, that's not really where you're supposed to hold. You have like some handles at the bottom, but I didn't want to change my grip. And while pushing, I holding and like the bed starts moving. And I'm like, Izzy, stop! Because I thought he was accidentally hitting the buttons, the remote control, but it was me holding the railing and pushing the buttons, not knowing.
And every 2 or 3 minutes, I'm like, you have to move your hand. Because she kept going. Imagine she's pushing and she's going up and down. It's so hilarious.
I thought it was him. I thought it was him messing about. And honestly,
funny.
I did not hear you at all.
Only at one point, she was like, oh, it's me. And then you laughed. And only after that, you clocked it. You're just like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's about it, really. Couldn't get through all the questions, but we got through quite a few. Maybe the next time we have a baby, you can ask again.
Thank you for sending in questions.
Thank you. Click like if you like human juices. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one, inshallah. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum. Bye. Very smooth filming. No crying babies.